革新のカーボンベゼル。Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ。
The brightness called brilliant, blinding and vivid, Valentine.
Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
伝統と革新、小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮。チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ、小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC。
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
What's up guys, it's Frederick Ospo and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Welcome, Drift fans all around the world, to the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan 2022 Round 2 here at Ebisu Circuit West Course in the Fukushima Prefecture. Here we are for the top 32 tandem battles.
Welcome back, everybody, and hello, and good evening, and good morning, and wherever you are at in the world. Thanks for tuning back in here, the second day of our Formula Drift Japan 2022 second round here in Ebisu West Course. There you see in the back where they did have an earthquake. How many years ago was it? Yeah, last year. And where you can see all that brown area, all that just, the landslide all just came down. So let us go ahead and introduce you. The Japanese commentator is Tom Saiba to the right on the screen. Right in the middle, we have Nobuteru Taniguchi, which is going to be one of our judges. And also a commentator. And to the left on the screen is Yoichi Imamura, our FD Japan judge. We've been doing this for a couple years, so partner in crime, I can say.
And then here we are here. Robbie Nishida is going to be the third judge. And then you got myself.
And I'm the commentator. And Kenny Harris joined us, for past 3 years? Usually we used to have Ryan Sage from the U.S., but because of the COVID and the travel restrictions, Kenny's been joining us, and I think he's been doing a tremendous job. If you don't like us talking, just mute us. So let us go ahead and go into the driver's list. It's going to be on the screen, 8 cars each. Over there.
We're going to dive right into it for our top 32 competitors. We had 49 drivers yesterday, cut it down to 32, so here they are right here. Daigo Saito got our #1 top qualified spot. There he is going against quick breeze
and,
through there.
yeah, that's another 8 drivers and another 8 drivers. Yeah, I'm really excited because watching today's practice this morning for the tandems, oh my God, it's like night and day from yesterday's qualify. So I'm super excited because I was a little bummed because it was low energy totally, but today, ready for some battles. Here we go. This is the top 5. Andrew Gray, car number 100. He got a 90-point run right there. Look at that. Right on the line on the outside zone 2.
Good job. His team said they got it all dialed in, ready to go. He took first year last year, so we'll see how he's going to do. He's got a 90-point qualifying run. Let's see if he can hold the top 5.
Third qualifier, from the top 32 is car number 27, Masanori Kohashi from Team Orange, 92-point run.
And he is actually on top of the pack right now.
Yeah, he's leading in points right now.
And here you go, our second qualifier right here, number 33, Junya Ishikawa. He took second last year here at Ebisu, got a 93. I'm pretty sure he's tasting that top podium position, so hopefully we'll see him out here ready to battle it out.
And y'all know who this is, the ex-Formula Drift USA champ. Took the top spot on the qualifier from yesterday, car number 87, Daigo Saito. Crazy angle, crazy throttle, 96-point run. It was a beautiful run. This kind of, I think it's inspired a lot of the drivers. And here's an interview with Daigo.
みんなとちょっと違う走り方をやろうと思ってて、自分の中でも90点くらいの走りができて、で、最終的に予選も1位通過することができたんで、満足です。僕まだフォーミュラ D ジャパン優勝したことないんで、今回結構調子いいんで、優勝を狙って頑張りたいと思います。よろしくお願いします。
All right, so as Daigo Saito said, he wanted to drive a little different from how everybody usually drives, and he wanted to show off his skills, and he obviously did that, got the top spot, he got a lot of points from that, and he said he was really happy about that, and he has never won an FD Japan event yet, so he said this might be it because he's doing really well, and he's going for the top spot this weekend.
Exactly. Before these drivers start out, though, one big announcement myself and Robbie want to make is, Happy Father's Day for those of you around the world.
Yes,
I know there's other places
yes.
that don't celebrate it this time, and they celebrate in September, which is like Australia, New Zealand. I understand that, but for those of you in the U.S. and other countries, Happy Father's Day to the great fathers out there.
U.S. maybe tomorrow.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Because it's Japan. Yeah, we're speaking to you guys from the future.
Exactly.
If you're not in Japan, but yes, it's Father's Day today, and yeah, we're all away, and everybody's busy all the time, and it's really hard to stay away from your family. But we love you guys.
And I'm going to say a personal shout out from my dad in Ohio and my father-in-law out in Texas. So happy Father's Day to y'all, and hopefully I'll see y'all soon.
Shout out to my dad too. He's somewhere
and to you,
in
Robbie.
Kyoto or something, and to you too, Kenny.
Thank you.
Hey, look at that. That was like a sentimental moment.
I know, we had eye contact and everything.
Hey, they need to tell us when the camera's on us, because I gotta, get ready.
At least you haven't got caught picking your nose yet, so we're good on that.
Yeah, so shout out to the Formula Drift USA staff and members, drivers. Great weekend at New Jersey. I was able to join the panel of the judges from last weekend. It was like a really high-level battle, new winners. It was a pretty interesting, and I was really happy to be there. It was great. So now we're back here in Japan. We will be doing FDJ2.
Robbie's catching some word from the
oh man, we were just gonna say that, but the first battle we have here is Daigo Saito, who qualified first, and qualifying 32nd was Hiroya Minoa, which is the 13-year-old, 12-year-old,
12-year-old still
12-year-old, gonna be 13 soon. And I thought that would be a great gift to his dad, Shinji Minoa, and it would be a happy Father's Day gift to him if he did beat Daigo Saito. But guess what?
It was crazy because round one at Suzuka Twin Circuit, that's how it went down. Hiroya Minoa came out for his debut into FDJ, and he had to battle the great Daigo Saito. So
I just heard, he is. They're throwing in the towel because they have engine issues on Minoa's car.
And we talked about it in qualifying in top 32, or not top 30, last Thursday, Thursday, they actually blew the engine. He had to turn around and do an engine swap right before comp.
Yeah, and you know what? That would have been a really good battle, because I remember the last event at Suzuka, they battled it out. And I think Minoa did a pretty good job, and it wasn't an easy win for Saito. So I was looking forward to some good battles by those two drivers, but it's unfortunate that, car troubles always happen. I'm not going to say it never happens. It does always happen, and I've experienced it too. And it's a bitter taste in your mouth. But hopefully they can get the car back for the next round, everything's situated.
And you kind of called it during the practice session. You were like, something's wrong. Either his car's too slow for him or something's going on. And then sure enough, right there, they made the call through the Talon.
Yeah, so so the number one qualifier, something is on Saito's side, because he got the top qualifying points, and now he is moving on to top 16, and he's going to have to make his bye run.
So we'll see here. Like we were talking about last year, we had Koichi Yamashita, he got first. You got Junya Ishikawa, he got second, and then Tadahiro Fukada got third. So we'll see how they're going to pan out. They did make it in the top 32, but are they going to be able to make it into that top 16 slot? Yeah,
this is going to be interesting, because we have most of our foreign drivers back as well. We talked about that yesterday. Mad Mike Woodette is back. Nian's back. Andrew Gray, the three-time FD Japan champion, is back because he missed Suzuka because of other situations that he was in. So now he's back, and this is his first round too. And they all qualify with a high score. So it's going to be very interesting to see who is going to come on top today? Is it going to be the Team Orange guys? This is their home track. Daigo Saito is always at Ebisu Circuit. Is it going to be one of the younger guys? Is it going to be the foreigners? Because the foreign drivers has always been doing good here at Nishi course.
Yes, they've all podiumed before, and that's the thing, like you said, teams. There's a lot of teams that made it to the top 32. Right here, you can see Daigo's going to do his bye run, but with the Trail Motor Apex Racing, both team members made it to the top 32, so we'll see if one of them can podium. Daigo got third place last time at Suzuka Twin Circuit, which was about 8 weeks ago for round 1. Ooh.
Uh-oh.
And he did take the first qualified spot, so we'll see how he's going to do here.
Uh-oh. Car sounds like it's not on. Or... Oh, there it goes. I hear it popping now.
It's the suspense he put us in. So
yeah.
There you go. Since you couldn't get a tandem door-to-door suspense, he did it right there. But yeah, so Team R's out there, and then you also got Team Kazama with Power Vehicles. They have, I think, 4 cars, if I was counting right, in the final competition, or top 32 competition. And like you just said, the Linglong Tire and Team Orange is out here also rocking all their cars.
Yeah, and another driver that is from the U.S. is Ken Gushi. He is driving for the Kazama Auto Motis. He's driving the RC, but during practice, we saw his car catch on fire and it was dragging his exhaust, and it got towed out of here. We don't have any information on what's going on with that car. I know he had to step out, didn't run his second qualified run yesterday because of some drivetrain issues too. So I think they need to, try to work all the bugs out of that car, give him a good car to compete in. Oh, okay. And you know what? I actually... got some information right now, but most likely, just as I was saying, I didn't want to jinx it, but yeah, Kenshiro Gushi is going to be, he's not going to be competing this for today because of mechanical issues.
He's dropping out. So yes, like you were talking about, further looking back in Friday's practice session that they had, he suffered some rear, right suspension arm issues.
Yeah,
where they
I know it's a brand new car, but they're going to have to shake that thing up to make sure that there's no bugs.
But right here is going to be our first tandem battle for the top 32.
All right, let's
top 16. Is it going to be Kanta or is it going to be Takahashi? Takahashi is going to be in the lead position while Kanta is in the chase.
Yep, and Kanta he got runner-up from Suzuka the last event, so he's no stranger to tandeming.
Exactly, he qualified first at Suzuka, so we'll see here Takahashi with a new... Kanta dialing in, trying to close that proximity into this outer zone 2. But Takahashi doing his thing. Going down a solid lead run there for Kanta. And Kanta usually is door-to-door, so not sure what happened there. I know Takahashi's got a new power plant under the hood. So.
Oh yeah, well Takahashi is another top contender in FD Japan. Here you go. Looks like there's a slight gap. Takahashi didn't make it all the way to the outside, dips the tire there. Kanta looks like he is trying to follow the line, but he gets left a little before the touch and go on the right side and through the last outside zone. Not much proximity by Kanta, but I would have to say that this is not the best run done by Takahashi leading too. So we're going to have to see what's going to happen because all the judges are going to see what the lead car does and how the chase car chases what the lead car does. And they're going to swap places. It's going to be the same thing. We're going to be looking at the lead-to-lead versus the chase-to-chase. See which driver did a better job. If the judges, all 3 of the judges cannot decide if it's going to be driver A or driver B, we also could do a one more time. So if we do a one more time, it's going to be whichever car that gets the votes. Most votes, the drivers that gets the most votes is going to move on, or it's going to be one more time. So after all that's explained.
After that's all explained, now they're swapping the roles. Kanta is going to be in the lead position while Takahashi is going to be in the chase. And we were just talking, Kanta, this is home track for him. He works out here and he plays out here. So we'll see how he's going to do here in his lead run. Coming up to the 3-2-1. Takahashi taking a little subtle. Trying to dial it in here, coming into this top of this outer zone 2. But a lot of corrections made by Takahashi trying to make it in the right spot for Kanta.
All right, so looking at the lead run Kanta just laid down, I would have to say he was very hesitant at outside zone 2. Let's go ahead and check this out. He did a better job on outside zone 1. He also dips the tire there. Then it looks like he didn't get back on gas or he didn't get back on throttle as soon as he was supposed to. And I would have to say the proximity was very similar by both of the drivers. Let us go ahead and make a decision.
And here you go. Here's the overview, seeing where he was at in the zone. You can see where he dipped the tire right there at the top of outer zone 2, but able to kind of clean it up here, coming through the finish. And once again, like Robbie was saying, that proximity was definitely about the same as when Kanta was in the chase position. Not making it easy for these judges. It was a pretty similar run from one another. Definitely Takahashi was unable to make it all the way out through outer zone 1, which Kanta was able to get there. So we're gonna see. What do you spectators out there think? So we'll see what the judges say. Looks like they're starting to plug their votes in.
All right, so we have Taniguchi on our panel. So he's the third judge here. And just a couple of things we were talking about. There you go. So one more time, and Taniguchi goes for Takahashi. So that's a 2-1. So we will be going for a one more time. And I think that what Taniguchi was saying, that Taniguchi liked Takahashi's lead run a little bit better. Even though he didn't fill outside zone 1, he liked the way he was leaving outside zone 2. Now,
because he got right on it.
Exactly, and the way we kind of saw it was we didn't really dock Takahashi's chase run for kind of running in a smaller line at outside zone 2. That was pretty much caused by Kanta because he didn't get back on throttle outside zone 2, but he did do a better job than Takahashi at outside zone 1. So I think me and Imamura kind of figured that it was all, very, very similar.
There was no crazy differentiation.
Yeah, but I do see why Taniguchi went with Takahashi as well.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and move on to the next battle.
The next battle up is going to be Matsuyama going against Mizutani. Matsuyama in the lead with 2 cars, 8-6. Bringing around Matsuyama. Mizutani just trying to keep up with him here throughout the track, and Matsuyama just leaving him in the dust. A huge correction right there through outer zone 3 for Mizutani. So that was rough.
This might be one of those obvious cases where, the car is very fast, the lead car is very fast, and the chase car is pretty much trying to do everything he's trying to. Right there, dips 2 tires on the outside zone 1. Matsuyama doesn't go all the way out on the outside zone 1, but the rest of the track, he looks like he's doing a great job. And right there at the end, Mizutani, there's a huge correction, leaving the last outside zone going towards the finish line, and he had to cut in a lot. That's going to hurt him. From our eyes, there is no advantage or disadvantage after the first run because we're going to have to see them switch places because it's lead to lead, chase to chase. But now we're going to have that in mind, and we'll see what's going to happen when Mizutani is leading.
So here they are pulling back up to the gate. This time Mizutani in the Mizutani Motors S15 is going to be in the lead position, while Matsuyama in the Trail Motor Apex Racing 8.6 is going to be in the chase position. So like we were saying, this is Daigo's teammate right here. Both of them made in top 32. Are they going to be able to both be in the top 16, which will be pretty interesting because they're in the same bracket hold. So.
Exactly. So if they make it all the way to the grade 8, if both of them make it to the grade 8, we're going to see a 2 orange metallic 8-6 battle. But here we go. He's going to have to beat Mizutani first, see how Mizutani is going to do in the lead.
And Mizutani's going to have to step it up here. Here he is, early initiation, do that 3-2-1, coming around to outer zone 1. Beautiful job, not too bad in the outer zone 1 for Mizutani. Now this is where Matsuyama has to clean it up, keep that proximity. And Matsuyama definitely kind of struggled getting through those zones or reaching those zones all the way. So we'll see here. Let's check out the replay. Here you go, Mizutani able to fill outer zone 1, but Matsuyama unable to get all the way out there. But yeah, overall not too bad by Mizutani, but like Robbie was saying earlier, it's going to be a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase cross comparison, and that's going to make the judgment call on what the judges say. We'll see here shortly what Robbie has to say about that run. And we'll see what the rest of the judges have. So what's your thoughts on that, Robbie?
Well, I mean, there's a few obvious mistakes that we were able to see caused by Mizutani at outside zone 2 when he was in the chase and when he was leaving the last outside zone at the finish line, or right before the finish line. He had to make a huge correction and ran really a smaller line versus his lead was very good. But is it good to flip it over?
Here you go right there. Matsuyama is going to get all 3 judges' votes. He's going to be moving into the top 16.
Congratulations to Matsuyama making it into the top 16. Closer to doing a battle with his teammate Saito. But Mizutani is knocked out. I mean, his lead run was pretty good. So
it really was, yeah.
It looks like, you know, he got the hang of the track, but a little too late. Hopefully he comes back stronger for the next event.
Next battle up is going to be with Team Cusco Racing, Yusuke Kusaba going against 5X Navigate, Penske KRC MJC, Takatoshi Imamaida in his S14. So we'll see how this goes. I know Kusaba told me yesterday he feels very comfortable in this car, and he's trying to fulfill what he wants and be that podium position.
Yeah, so the GR86s look really comfortable because all the guys driving it, I mean, the earlier battles we saw, you know, Saito making first place in qualify, Matsuyama just moving on to the top 16 too. Pretty sure it's a very good chassis to be drifting. And the other hand, Imamaida is in an S14, but that is a very wild driver. So excited to see how he is going to perform giving chase to Kusaba.
Here they are, Kusaba coming through the chicane, coming up to this 3-2-1. Let's see his initiation, see how he's going to approach this outer zone 1. There he is, wasn't able to get all the way out to outer zone 1 here. Just dipping about 2 tires there through outer zone 2, and Imamaida just trying to stay aggressive, but could not adjust himself even that outer zone 2 to that touch and go.
So it looks like Kusaba was able to hold together a run, but at the same time, it looks like Imamaida kind of gave it too much angle when he first initiated right there. Kusaba did not, he kind of washed out and he didn't
make it
he didn't make it all the way out to the outside zone 1. But at the same time, you know, the chase car is supposed to mimic the lead car, but the pace that Kusaba gave was not a quick run, but at the same time, Imamaida was making a lot of corrections behind Kusaba. So now we're going to have to see if Imamaida is going to be able to lay down a solid lead run in front of Kusaba and how well Kusaba is going to give chase. The reason why we always talk about the lead run and making it important is that the lead run is perfect. If it has good amount of angle, all the way on the outside line the whole time, it makes it a little bit more predictable and easier for the chase car to run.
Oh,
so
yeah.
behind a good lead run is always a good chase run,
yes,
or it has to be a good chase run.
The lead dictates how the chase is going to look.
Exactly.
That's usually how it pans out. And like you saw, Kusaba kind of got a little sloppy from the start, which caused Imamaida to, you know, adjust himself as he came out of outer zone 2. So we'll see how Imamaida is going to do.
Yeah,
like
but,
you said, he had an
but the chase
approach.
car has to mimic what the lead car does too. So
which makes it even more difficult. Here we are. Kusaba's going to be in the chase. Imamaida in the lead. Look at that, real early in that 3-2-1. Able to just barely get into the outer zone 1. Here he is ripping around to outer zone 2. Kusaba trying to close that proximity, leaving outer zone 2 into this touch and go. And overall, Kusaba played it pretty safe with that proximity. But here we go. Let's see Imamaida's lead. Imamaida had a pretty good job coming through outer zone 1 here, just grazing it. And then holding through from the start of outer zone 2, finishing all the way through. Beautiful job in outer zone 2. And then in the touch and go, could have been a little deeper, but still able to make it all the way to the back side of outer zone 3. So not bad at all by Imamaida on his lead run. Very clean, made it easier for Kusaba to have his transitions and try to get that nice proximity to Imamaida. There you are, they're driving back around, waiting for their judgment call. Robbie's getting back on the mic, and we'll see what his thoughts were on that run.
All right, so we were looking at this as, you know, a lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase situation, and this might be kind of obvious where Imamaida's lead run was very, very good. Now, let's go ahead and see the side-by-side. I wish this was the same angle. There you go. See, Imamaida having more angle, fills outside zone 1. But at the same time, Imamaida's chase, we want them to mimic the lead car, and it wasn't like Kusaba did a really, really bad job. So we would have to say that Imamaida didn't do good in his chase, but did really well in his lead.
There you go. Taniguchi going with it one more time, and Robbie Nishida one more time. So we're going to see a one more
wow, that's
time
like,
battle between these two. That's already
two one more time battles.
It is going to be a long top 32 today, I can already tell.
Yeah, guys, go and get your drinks, popcorns, beer, whatever you're drinking, eating. Get ready, because this is not going to be an easy top 32. I tell you that.
Definitely from yesterday's qualifying to today, they definitely stepped their game up, all these drivers. But here we are, moving on to our second part of our left side of the bracket here. It's going to be Koichi Yamashita going against Tadahiro Fukada. So we'll see. Yamashita got first last year here, and, you know, he's the champ. So we're going to see how he holds through.
Yeah, so he is the two-time back-to-back Formula Drift Japan champion. For 2021 and 2020. Chasing him is Fukada, the gentle giant. See how well he could hang.
There he is, both Mark IIs, JZX 100s, ripping through. Fukada trying to close that proximity, coming into outer zone 2. Oh, overshooting, oh, huge correction by Fukada walking out there. And there you go, Yamashita just doing his thing, tipping a few tires there through outer zone 3, but finishing strong. So Fukada made a huge mistake in that outer zone 2.
Yeah, we have to watch the lead car. Every time there's a mistake that a chase car does, we got to check out to make sure that the lead car isn't doing anything fishy. But right there, not on throttle as fast as he's supposed to be through the outside zone 2 as the lead car, but at the same time, it wasn't like the lead car came to a huge decel. Or
and you could see where Yamashita, his tires contacted the actual weight of the pylon, so it kind of launched his rear end up a little, which kind of probably tripped him up for getting back on the throttle.
Yeah, that might have upset the motion of the car. But at the same time, it looked like Fukada just shot it a little too wide at outside zone 2.
He still had a safe distance of proximity to actually make the correction if he needed to. It's just he didn't have that commitment like you were talking about.
Yeah, so Fukada is sitting on an incomplete. Now he's just going to have to lay down an absolute crazy lead run. And a car that seems like has an advantage if they chase, and if they don't chase hard as they should, if they give them too much of a gap, we could actually ding them for an active chase as well. So you don't want to be too far just because you're sitting on an incomplete from the other car. You just want to make sure that, you know, we got to show everybody a good show. It's got to be a good show.
We'll see how he's going to do here. It's going to be Fukada in the lead, Yamashita in the chase. Fukada's been here since day 1. Let's see if he can make it. Past this, here he is coming through outer zone 1. Nice job through outer zone right there. Yamashita's right at his door, closing that proximity and through that outer zone 2 here, ripping into this touch and go. And Yamashita dialing in right here, right at the finish toward Fukada's door, but man.
Yeah, so I would have to say the line got smaller towards the end, but you know what? That was a textbook chase run by Yamashita, keeping a good amount of distance, not super close, but not too far. And Fukada, I would have to say Fukada's lead run right on the line right there, and he keeps the car within the track, leaves outside zone 2 a little early, but I would have to say that was a very nice, subtle lead run by Fukada, but that doesn't give Yamashita anything. You know, Yamashita's going to chase him down hard anyways.
Imamura going with Yamashita, Taniguchi going with Yamashita, and Nishida going with Yamashita. So Koichi Yamashita gets the win and moves on to the top 16.
So the two-time champion is making his way up the ladder. making it into the top 16. Really interested to see. But the next battle that is up, we supposed to have Formula Drift USA driver Kenshiro Gushi on the line with his RC, Lexus RC from Kazama Auto and Motis. But unfortunately, during the practice, it looked like I saw some flame under the car. The exhaust was dragging, and now they called it. They are throwing in the towel. They're not going to be competing. So,
and that car that they built is a beast. It's got a VR38 or a VR 4.3 under the hood. So it means business. It's just a matter they're just trying to get those small mechanical issues. It's early in the season. They're trying to figure it out. But like you said,
I don't think they're able to test too much with that car yet. So hopefully they can get some testing done during in between this round and the next round. But so that leaves Kazuya Matsukawa, car number 99, driving the AE85 with the huge V6 twin turbo in it. He's going to be moving on, and he's going to be going against Yamashita for the top 16, and this is going to be his bye run.
So number 99, Kazuya Matsukawa with the Hiroshima Toyota, Team Droopy, representing in the AE85. Let's see how he's going to do here on his bye run. Here he is coming up to the 3-2-1. And we were talking early on about teams. So Team Droopy with Hiroshima Hiroshima Toyota, they both made it into the top 32. So it's going to be exciting to see who's going to make it to the finals.
I was like, man, that's a new brand, Hiroshima Tires. New one. If you guys want a tire manufacturer name,
I got you.
Yeah, Kenny got you. But here we go, the bye run made by Matsukawa. He's going to be moving on, going against Yamashita, running the outside line on most of the track.
Yeah, and he's on the opposite side of the bracket as his teammate, so we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, that'd be kind of cool to see the two cars battling it out.
Yeah, his teammate got second in qualify yesterday with a 93, so he's definitely out here to play. He's the one that, podied him last year here, so we'll see how it's going to battle out between so they can make it to the finals.
All right, guys, remember there was one more times on this side of the bracket. We're going to go back to the first one more time that we had.
And I was hoping you'd forget about it.
So, yes, we're going to go back to the battle with Takahashi versus Kanta, where there was a slight split of a decision on the call. But, it is a one more time. Now it looks like Takahashi is, there you go, that's Matsukawa leaving the track. And there you go, Kanta driving towards the start line. And
Takahashi's already lined up, ready to go. Kanta's pulling up right now.
The VR-powered E92 BMW versus the 2J packed JZX 100.
And Kanta's done a phenomenal job in that JZX. Once they gave it to him, he podiumed in Sugo. So we're going to see how he's going to do today. He podiumed round one, got second, and he took first in qualifying in round one. So let's see how he's going to do here. But he definitely has to beat this tough battle against Takahashi. And here they are coming through the chicane. Takahashi in the lead position. Nice job by Takahashi. Kanta overshooting a little real deep into outer zone one, able to save himself and come back. And there he is diving into Takahashi's right door, coming through that touch and go. And Kanta just barely holding on through that outer zone 3, but it was definitely
it was exciting. Yeah, it was an exciting battle right now, but it was slightly sloppy too because the chase car shot out on outside zone 1. Kanta washes out over here. That's 2 tires off. And Takahashi, I thought he's going to make it around, but you know what?
He hit that.
Hold on, we're going to have to see that if it was 3 tires off by Takahashi at outside zone 2.
It's going to be very interesting, but yeah, it was definitely a dive and release approach by Kanta there on the chase position. He tried to save himself, definitely was able to save himself on that outer zone 3. But we're definitely going to have to see. And you can see once again, Takahashi suffered the consequences of that pylon weight.
All right, so we're going to be reviewing some replays here because Takahashi did do the same line as he did right there for yesterday's qualify, the first run. Now, it looked like his front left tire was very, very close to that line on the outside line. Let's go ahead and review that. We already know what happened here behind where Kanta shoots out over here, 2 tires off, and
He was like, That's close. He was like hovering.
And a huge correction by Kanta.
Yeah. We'll probably come back to that replay for the judges, but right now we have Kanta lined up in the lead while Takahashi is going to be in the chase. We'll see how they're going to do here. Takahashi's going to have to clean it up because Kanta had issues trying to keep that close proximity throughout the track. He just kept diving in and releasing. So we'll see how he's going to do. At the same time, Kanta's going to throw down a solid run because Takahashi made a huge mistake out of zone 2. Kanta doing a clean job. Looks like he's right on the edge there through early start in outer zone 2. Beautiful job. But there you go, Takahashi still trying to keep a close proximity, but left a little to spare throughout that track. Kanta did a pretty solid job in this lead position. Here you go.
Yeah, so very good job by Kanta. Keeps the car within the track, runs the outside line. Slight bobble outside zone 2, but Takahashi is right there behind him as well. Right here, looks like Takahashi dives in a little bit too much on the inside, but we will have to review everything and have everything in our minds when we make this call.
So there you go. You can see the drivers heading back to see who is going to move on to the top 16. This is a one more time battle. We're coming back to, we have 2 one more time battles in the left side of the bracket that we're trying to get through, along with 2 more battles left on the left-hand side. So we're going to see who's going to get this between Takahashi and Kanta. If you're just viewing in, this was the second battle of the day, coming back to it for a one more time. Definitely making it hard for the judges because they both had their fair share of mistakes through their lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase. But we'll see what the judges come with. You can see right there, they're kind of deliberating with one another on what they saw and what they're kind of trying to figure out because they want the best call made for this decision on who's going to move into that top 16 slot and who is going to battle against Daigo Saito.
All right, so we were able to review some footage as well by these 2 drivers. And yeah, here we go. I mean, just double check for you guys as well. But man, right there, look at Kanta did fly out, but Takahashi did go 3 tires off at outside zone 2. So we do have to count that as an incomplete. Even though we were not a big fan of the way Kanta was giving chase, the way this goes, if the lead car dictates what the chase car could do,
yeah.
And when the lead car zeroes out or incompletes, the chase car can't chase anymore.
There you go. There's the judgment call by all 3 judges. Kanta is going to get the win, and he will be moving on to the top 16, going against Daigo Saito.
Here we go.
It's nice. It gives the feedback to the spectators out there. You give a good explanation. So that's, I mean, for me, I was up in the air. I would have said, hey, one more time. You know, it was too hard to make that decision.
Yeah, but we do have as loud and clear that 3 tires off is incomplete.
Exactly.
And I think
and like
no matter how good Takahashi gave chase, it's going to be really, really hard to turn around an incomplete unless Kanta incompletes on his
And like you said, that was the
completion.
same line he did on his incomplete for his qualified run.
Exactly.
So,
that's something that
very unfortunate.
yeah.
Hopefully he'll go look back at the footage and see the situation that happened. But at the line already is going to be our other one-time battle that's coming back up. It's going to be against
one more
time battle. It's going to be, everybody was asking about this. Quick thing, the Dragonfly. You can explain it.
So the track worker here at Ebisu Circuit told me, he's like, he had a Dragonfly on his hat, and I was like, what is that? And he was like, this is the Dragonfly that eats all the small mosquitoes and these little, they call it the black fly or these gnats that chew us up. And it's like $15, and they sell them at the fishing goods store. And they said that it's an outdoor thing, and it sells out. So I guess you put that on, then all the bugs kind of avoid it because it looks like a dragonfly. So I was like, okay, cool.
And
but I got bit
He
yesterday.
got bit yesterday, but the reason is early on Friday, I got bit 5 times and I haven't get bit since. But here we are,
Sorry.
our next battle, the one more time battle, Kusaba, Imamaida. Kusaba coming in, 3-2-1. Ripping into outer zone 1. Beautiful job by Kusaba there. Let's see how Imamaida is going to hold up through this second part of the track. And once again, he kind of dove in a little right there, early leaving out of outer zone 2. And Kusaba not doing a bad job through his lead run.
Yeah, I would have to say Kusaba stepped it up on his lead run because that was a much better job than his other battle that he had, which made him come into this one more time. Looked like he turned it up a few notches, but at the same time, Imamaida not bad behind, good proximity and a lot of pressure. I like Imamaida's angle, but from here, he cannot mimic outside zone 2's line, Kusaba leaving outside zone 2, and he gets smaller and smaller on the line. He ends up being really, really shallow on the line at the last outside zone. Now, let's go ahead and see this. Right here, matching the line, matching the angle. Good job by Imamaida, but it looks like he's starting to fall into the inside line here. Takes a smaller radius, but at the same time, you know, Kusaba is just doing his own thing when he's leading. He did dip 2 tires off at the outside zone 2. We do have to take that in consideration as a lead car.
That's the thing. Imamaida did the same thing he did on his first run against
and
Kusaba in that outer zone 2.
And I think it's really, really hard for a chase car to run the same line at the same angle as the lead car, especially running a lot of grip and not knowing if the lead car is going to dive in or stay out.
Exactly.
It's very, very hard to mimic a car that's leading. So I would have to say, you know, I mean, all the guys competing, it's great jobs.
True, true. At the end of the day, they got to have trust in their lead guy.
Exactly.
Especially at this level, but here they are. Imamaida is now in the lead while Kusaba is going to be in the chase coming up to this 3-2-1. Imamaida early in the initiation into the outer zone 1. Hard angle in the outer zone 1. He's carrying it all the way to that back end in an early start right on the line of outer zone 2. Oh, but huge correction there, coming into outer zone 3 and leaving outer zone 3, diving in.
Man, once again, Imamaida was doing a great job on his lead, but like you just said, towards the end, something got him. But let's go ahead and check this out. I like the way Kusaba is attacking a little harder too this time, trying to mimic his line and angle. Imamaida tipping 1 tire right there at the outside zone 2, but Imamaida dove in right there when he was giving chase, but Kusaba didn't. Matching the lines, and
there you go. You can see the mimic right there by Kusaba coming around. And Imamaida did an amazing job right here on the back end, the tail end of outer zone 2. He cleared it. If he would have done that on his chase, it would have been perfect.
Exactly, and right there, Imamaida does not clear the outside zone 3 right before the finish line. That's going to really hurt him, but it looks like Kusaba was mimicking the lead driver very well.
So we're going to see if we can get one more play, probably a side-by-side with the lead-to-lead, chase-to-chase. So here you go. I think we're going to get, this is the overview right here with Imamaida in the lead position. Imamaida's in the black S14 while Kusaba's in the Cusco Racing GR86. And yeah, you can see right there where he dove in right from the start of outer zone 3. Thank you all around the world for viewing in. We see you guys telling us where you're from. We got Pakistan, Spain, Canada, New Zealand. Let's see what this score is going to be. I know y'all are ready for it. Who do you guys got winning this battle? The anticipation is getting us. We got the next battle already lined up at the start line. You can see right there, it's going to be Andrew Gray against Kodai Sobagiri. Both starting the season here in round 2. Andrew unable to make it to round 1, and Sobagiri didn't get his car, I don't think, quite finished for round 1. So here they both are. But let's see this replay once again. This is with Imamaida in the lead position. So we'll see, you can see right there, nice job in outer zone 1, riding that line, that back line of outer zone 2. But Kusaba at the same time, mimicking him and keeping that closer proximity. So we'll see here what the judges are going to say. Definitely this round of top 32 is making it tough on these judges. And I'm watching out there, I'm watching on this live what y'all are saying. We'll see.
I already put my score in.
Oh, there you go. He put his score in, he said. They can't hear you.
I'm sorry. So, yeah, this is just, just looking closely to make sure that we're not missing anything.
So,
there you go.
Since we're watching this, how was judging in the States for you? Leaving here, going back there, getting back into, because I know there's different driving styles, Japan to America. So what was your take on that?
What I would have to say with the judging in the U.S. is, number one, I don't have to commentate, so it's a lot easier.
That's true. That's true.
So I get to take a lot of notes to, just make sure that I know and I'm not forgetting what I get to see. We get to see a lot of replays and stuff too. But other than that, I mean, the skill level, I mean, in the U.S., it reminded me, it's like, wow, it's like, this is why it's, Formula Drift USA and everybody's trying to come here. But, at the same time, we do have a lot of skill here in Formula Drift Japan, too. So I kind of see it the same way. It's just that, different location, different style track.
Exactly. That's the biggest thing. There you go. One more time by two of the judges, and Robbie Nishida is going to go with Kusaba. So there you go. We're going to get another one more time battle between these two. So this was the first one more time battle that we just checked out, and it looks like we're going to get a second one more time battle between these two. So we will see here. And right now at the line, already ready to go, is going to be the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles, number 100, Andrew Gray, going against Shibata Racing, Team Cylon Tires, number 31, Kodai Sobagiri.
All right, so the one more time, I gave it to Kusaba because of just overall Imamaida diving in a little too early in outside zone 2. In his lead run, he misses the last outside zone. But the other judges explained where they didn't take the outside zone 2, diving in the outside zone 2 too heavily. So it was more of the mistake Imamaida made when he was leading. That equaled out to Kusaba dipping two tires outside
so that
zone
kind of negated each other on that. So okay, that makes sense. I mean, that's a huge explanation. I had a lot of Kusaba people voting for him, getting the win there. But like you explained, they both made their mistakes on their lead position or lead runs.
Yeah.
So
Imamaida tipped a tire or two when he was chasing too. And that I kind of overall is like tipped it that way. But you know what? That's why there's three of us,
and it was a close, and it was a one more time battle. It was close. I could see another one time happening. So definitely two good drivers.
Why don't we watch this third battle of them? No mistakes. That's all you got to do. Don't make a mistake.
Well, don't say that because they're both not going to make a mistake, and then it's going to be possibly another one more time battle.
But see, no dice is in my hand. We don't just roll the dice. We really, really think, and we really,
where's your
really,
phone at? Just making sure you don't have like a dice app or anything.
Nope, I don't have anything.
Just making sure.
I don't have anything.
But
yeah, so there's a restart right there. What happened? I'm sorry, I was too busy blabbing away.
I think they were going to go to a commercial break, but looks like we're going to go ahead and press on. Andrew Gray just lined back up, and Sobagiri is coming back up to the line. Also, I didn't know they were going to let them warm their tires back up just because of the delay that they had, because the judges just couldn't make their mind up.
I did.
But here we are. There you go. That's who's up the battle. Gray's going to be in the lead. Sobagiri's going to be in the chase.
Wow, brand new car. Both beautiful cars.
Both first round for the 2022 series.
Yeah, a veteran versus a young driver. Blue against red. Whatever you want to say.
We're going to see here. Here they are coming into this 3-2-1. Andrew coming in hot. Here he is coming in into outer zone 1. Nice job through that outer zone 1. Got to carry it all the way through to that outer zone 2. Oh! Just holding on right there. Not making the chase car have to correct that much at all, but there he is. He dipped about 2 tires there through outer zone 2, but able to save it.
That looked pretty close. I'm going to have to watch some replays once again, but right there. Great job by Andrew Gray on outside zone 1, but right over. Oh, I don't know. That might be a Takahashi situation right there.
I don't know. He was just hanging on, it looked like, but I'm gonna have to see that one more time. Here you go, right here. Ooh. That is a tough call for these judges, but that was just half of the run right there. Sobagiri is going to be in the lead this time. There's a better view. See where his front was.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was real deep into that outer zone too. But anything can happen. We've talked about this many times in the last few years. Anything can happen. Sobagiri's in the lead. Anything can happen.
Man, I mean,
whew. Lost with words.
Oh man, that's yeah. But you know what? Hey, it happens to anybody, you know, and it's really who can tackle the track the best, you know.
And here we go. Like I said before, they're changing the rules. Anything can happen on this next run.
Now I know Gray is just going to have to give him the pressure he can give to Sobagiri.
Here he is, Sobagiri early on, coming in. Andrew closing that, dialing in on him right here, closing that proximity to him. There they are, coming through outer zone 2. Ooh. Ripping back around through the transition here. Gray just trying to close that proximity the whole time. Not too bad for the chase position.
That was a very good chase done by Gray. And I would have to say Sobagiri's lead, not a lot of angle, but he keeps it within the track and stays on the outside line. Very, very subtle run by Sobagiri. Great chase by Gray, but we have to go to the lead run of Gray and make a decision upon that. Here we go, very nice proximity.
Yeah, it's
Sobagiri's line is, you know, staying within the track. I'm not going to say he's throwing a crazy amount of angle, but he keeps it very safe.
Yeah, it is very frustrating because Gray came in real hot. He looked very aggressive on his lead run, but he just overshot outer zone 2 just too much. And like you said, Sobagiri kind of played it safe with his lead run. He did everything he needed to do. He positioned the car where he needed to do, but he just didn't have that huge dynamic that Gray brought to it. So
yeah, and you know, I mean, the RC, the Lexus RC is a very big car too, and I'm pretty sure that thing carries a lot of weight compared to some of these other cars. So
Omuro going with Sobagiri, Tanaguchi going with Sobagiri, and Nishida going with Sobagiri. So Kodai Sobagiri gets the win and is moving on to the top 16.
So the 3-time champ making it back to Formula Drift Japan. Unfortunate for Andrew Gray, he is knocked out by the young driver driving the GR86. Kodai Sobagiri, he is moving on to the top 16.
Next at the line, ready to go, is going to be number 61, Mao Yamanaka, going against number 770, Yoshitatsu Kaneda. Yoshitatsu Kaneda coming in with the Team Cusco Racing GR86.
Hey, this is the first and second place from FDJ2 last year, the champion and the runner-up.
So FDJ2 is just like Pro Spec, so these two moved up to the Pro Series, and here they are going against each other, just like old times. Here they are ripping in, Yamanaka in the lead position. Yamanaka not able to, but Kaneda there diving in. Huge correction by him. Definitely a big mistake by him in that chase position.
Wow, so it looked like their lines just crossed. Let's go ahead and check out the replay where they initiated. Looks like Yamanaka dove in. He didn't cut in too much, but right here he does shallow up. Misses outside zone 1 by a good grip, but Kaneda dives right in, and he's almost at the in clip that used to be there before. And he tried to put himself back on the line he's supposed to, but by the time he was doing that, Yamanaka is already leaving the zones. A little bit of a gap created by the Yamanaka. So now we're going to have to see what's going to happen when Kaneda leads and Yamanaka gives chase.
Yeah, we're going to have to see here because yesterday during qualifying and in the practice run, Yamanaka definitely couldn't quite get all the way out to outer zone 1. So we're going to see how he's going to do in the chase position where Kaneda was able to fill that outer zone 1, but not sure what happened on his entry there. I don't know if he was trying to mimic the shallowness of it or what, but he definitely dove in hard and couldn't hold the angle that he wanted to, carrying it into the outside outer zone 2.
Yeah, so there you go. We see the GR86 driven by Kaneda driving back to the start line.
So this time, Kaneda is going to be in the lead position while Yamanaka is going to be in the chase. This here would be our last battle for the left side of our bracket for the top 32, but we do have a one more time battle that is going to happen. It's actually a one more time battle. So the third battle that's going to go against Kanta and Kusaba and Imamaida. So here we are at the line, switching the roles. Kaneda's in the lead, Yamanaka in the chase.
So here we go. Now they're back. Now we're ready for the second half of their battle. And they both did a weird line at the outside zone 1. Let's see what's going to happen when Kaneda is leading.
Here they are coming through. Kaneda initiating real early to that 1. But unable, just like Yamanaka, to get to that outer zone 1. And here he is right here. Yamanaka needs to close that proximity, diving in a little bit, trying to get that closer proximity. Oh, and having an issue through that touch and go. Oh, and then straightening through the line right there, which incompletes him on his chase run. We'll have to see if they bumped each other or what in outer zone 3, but let's see this outer zone 2 for Yamanaka.
It's kind of a messy battle because Yamanaka runs a very, very small line and straightens.
Ooh.
And there was a big pause by Kaneda too.
And gave him a nice love tap through that outer zone 3. So we'll have to see. That was a very rough run by both drivers. Not ideal for these judges to be judging because they both made their fair share of mistakes on their lead to lead and their chase to chase. And here you go right here, Kaneda's lead run. Yamanaka not able to close that proximity. Tried to close it up here, short the line, didn't even get half of outer zone 2. And then there's a straightening by Yamanaka. I think he was adjusting himself, and then there's the love tap he gave him right at the end. But it looks like he was adjusting himself because he took that sharp line and he was accelerating and catching up too much to Kaneda. So he had to adjust himself coming into that touch and go and straighten up.
All right, so very hard decision making here. You'll see.
Here you go, Imamura going with a one more time, Tanaguchi with a one more time, and Robbie Nishida going with a one more time.
I mean, there was a multiple things that happened on the track. Kaneda coming to a pause at the end. Yamanaka almost straightening when he was doing the transition. Their lines crossing. It was very, very sloppy. So hopefully we can get these drivers back and do a fair battle where we can decide who actually wins and moves on. So
and that's what we're facing right now. And once again, we're going to go back to these two right here. It's going to be Kusaba in the lead, Imamaida in the chase. This is their third battle against one another.
They probably know their parents' names and everything of each other by now.
They're
because
well acquainted.
Yeah, they've been battling each other.
I mean,
for
they
a
know
while,
their driving styles now.
Exactly.
So I should see nothing but, like you said, phenomenal driving. But hey, like you said, if they both do it, it's going to be hard for y'all. So let's see how they're going to do here. Kusaba in the lead, loves his car. Let's see how he's going to perform here in the lead position. And Imamaida has to clean up that outer zone too. Here we are, Ruben. Look at that. Imamaida closing in right there. See if he can finish off strong through outer zone 2. Oh. Still kind of made that same mistake through that second part of outer zone 2, but able to keep that close proximity through the finish in outer zone 3.
Wow, now the only major mistake I would see for that, and it's not even major, is probably Imamaida not being able to stick with Kusaba at the outside zone 2, but everything else looked great. Look at this, nice proximity, same angle, same line. It looks like Imamaida shoots in a little bit right there, and he crosses that line.
Yeah.
So he's been doing that a lot, and we don't want him to end up being there. But after that, he pretty much
locked it in and closed that
goes
proximity. Yeah, here he is right here. Once again, Imamaida shot in left early out of outer zone 2. And like he said, that line right there, crossing that, we don't really want them to get there. They're trying to carry it through and do a hard flick to carry it through into outer zone 3. So definitely Imamaida compensated there to keep that close proximity through the second half of the track, but once again was still unable to fill that zone all the way in outer zone 2. But let's see how he's going to do here in his lead run. He's able to fill that full zone in his lead, so he's done a phenomenal job in his lead run, but it's all about if Kusaba can handle him and keep his close proximity and mimic everything that Imamaida does.
All right, so Kusaba is going to be giving chase. Now we're going to have to see how well Imamaida leads.
And here they go, coming through the chicane. Imamaida in the lead, Kusaba in the chase. Coming up to this 3-2-1. Here they are. Imamaida, beautiful job into that outer zone one. Kusaba trying to close that proximity, coming up to that apex. Oh, dipping the tire there right there for Imamaida. Correcting himself. Kusaba keeping that safe distance away from him. We want to close it a little bit more by Kusaba, but we'll see here how it was on the replay.
Yeah, that's a lot of tires off once again right there. This one's by Imamaida. I like how he's wild, a lot of angle, carries it out. That's the tire out, outside zone one, then boom, right there. He runs over the inside clip with his front tire outside zone two, which is not what we want to see. And also mentioning Imamaida's chase, everything looked great with Imamaida's chase, but when you see from the outside, the drone's eye view right here, bird's eye view right there, then right where they're passing, right there, right now, that's where Imamaida basically crosses the inside line when he's giving chase too. And that might have been triggered by the pace that Kusaba gives when he was leaving outside zone two. But I didn't like that about the chase.
I think it was a combo between
well.
that and then how he dives in at that second half of outer zone two. So whenever he dives in, it creates him in that path of being where that lane is. So here you go. Here it is, the vote coming across is Taniguchi going for Kusaba. So it looks like Yusuke Kusaba is going to get the win and move on to the top 16, battling against Masayama.
Wow, after 3 battles, finally gets the win, Kusaba. Great job by Imamaida, putting up a really good fight against Kusaba. Hopefully he comes back full swinging for the next round. But Kusaba is going to be moving on for today.
And it looks like we're going to be moving on to our first battle on the right side of the bracket. It's going to be number 33, Junya Ishikawa got our second qualify with a 93, going against number 5, Tomoki Tanaka, with the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin 100. Here he is. Let's see how this battle is going to go down. Ishikawa has definitely been throwing down. He got second place last year here at Ebisu. How is he going to do here in his first lead run? Able to get there to outer zone 1, ripping into this outer zone 2. Nice job to outer zone 2, but man, Tanaka needs to close that proximity. This is tandem battles we're trying to watch here, and he definitely was left behind by Ishikawa.
Yeah, so that was a gap created by Ishikawa, but at the same time, I would want to see a little bit more angle by Ishikawa too. Right here, very shallow, approaching outside zone 1 and just running the outside line, maybe a tire off, but right there with a lot of aggression, Tanaka is chasing him and he dips 2 tires off at outside zone 2, and the rest of the way it looks like Ishikawa is just kind of running away from Tanaka.
Yeah, not sure if early on Tanaka just made a misjudgment call and kind of let Ishikawa get a little ahead of him through the chicane, but we'll have to see here how he's going to perform in the lead position this time while Ishikawa is going to be chasing him down. And last year, if you viewed in here at Ebisu, Ishikawa was going against Yamashita in the finals, and Ishikawa was in the chase position, made really hard contact with Yamashita, causing the win go to Yamashita. And so we'll see how Ishikawa is going to dial himself in through the chase position throughout his time through these tandem battles.
Yeah, so this is a situation. Oh, actually, Ishikawa is going to be using a competition timeout. It looks like there's fluids leaking. Yeah, it looks like fluids leaking from Ishikawa's car. They are calling they're going to be calling a competition timeout. He is going to be driving back to the pits.
The unfortunate circumstances, you'll see him follow it down. The pits are located a little far away from the track, not a little far away, but down the road from the track. The setup's a little different where the normal pits are. If you've ever been out here in Ebisu West Course, they set that up for the vendor's booth. And then behind that, they have some pits down in the Kurukuda land is where the other pits are, which I believe Team Droopy is in that down by the Kurukuruland area.
No, they're actually right there. Oh no, I'm sorry, you're right.
Oh man,
I got lost.
There for, thank you.
No, I got
right.
lost. I'm sorry.
I paid attention for
guys.
once.
I'll shut up.
There you go. You can see going down to the pits. They're in that first section. There's 2 section breakdowns of the pits down there. But once again, thank y'all for viewing. Oh wait, over here. Thank y'all for viewing. It looks like we have a split in the sky right now. We have a little overcast on my right side, and on my left we have some kind of clear skies. So let's hope and pray that we can keep these clear skies. If you're just joining in, the left side of our bracket isn't fully completed. We still have one more last battle between Yamanaka and Kaneda, which are both 2 prior FDJ2 first place, second place winners moving on to this pro series. So here they are battling it out. They're getting a one more time battle. Right now, Ishikawa's taking his 5-minute competition timeout due to, I think you were saying fluids leaking or whatnot.
Or it looked like it on camera, but maybe I was seeing things. But yeah, maybe that was something that Ishikawa's car was, maybe that was an issue it was having as it was driving, and maybe it wasn't performing as, you know, at 100%. Yeah, so Tanaka is basically waiting at the line right now.
Biggest thing.
Hopefully he can make it back.
Yeah, exactly. Biggest thing is Tanaka definitely failed on keeping that close proximity through his chase run. So hopefully Ishikawa can make it back and close that proximity.
Talking about the proximity, I think Tanaka was having a hard time keeping that proximity because the lead car was very shallow, and it looked like he was trying to run away when he was moving along around touch and go. I mean, it was really, really shallow. He was almost, I'm not going to say straight, but that wasn't much of a, you know, and that's not what we want to see. We don't want to see the lead car trying to run away from the chase car. We want to see the lead car with a lot of angle, you know, giving the chase car a good chance to give good chase. That's how we see good close tandems.
Exactly. We're close to 3 minutes left on the clock for him. So we'll see how he's going to do. Got a few people curious about when Mad Mike is going to be up. I think he's like about 3 or 4 battles coming up. He is on the right side of the bracket. He'll be going against Ikuo Saito, so we'll see how he's going to rip and make it happen. He qualified 10th yesterday. We'll see here.
Yeah, so I think he blasted a pipe off of the car or something, so they are repairing that. Hopefully they can get that done. Most likely, it sounds like they're able to make that done, or get that done within the 5 minutes. They are utilizing their competition timeout right now. I mean, I'm pretty sure they're not, their system, they probably have like a auto bleed or like something.
So it looks like 2 minutes, 15 seconds left on the clock.
Oh, and I guess he left the pit, so he's back.
That's a good sign there. So Ishikawa's with the Hiroshima Toyota, Team Droopy. His partner made it through the top 16, so we'll see if he can make it with him. And he's going against the V-Style Good Ride with Tetsujin, Tomoki Tanaka, and is the JZX 100. Definitely a cool looking 100. Got that flat back look. Sponsors on both sides, mismatching a little. He usually rocks different color wheels on left to right, so we'll see how he does in his lead position.
All right, so Ishikawa is back. Got the trouble taken care of with his car, and Tanaka's been waiting. He is now ready to go. Now let's go ahead and start the second half of this battle. Let's see what's going to happen.
Looks like they're ready to start. Ishikawa this time is going to be in the chase. If you're just viewing in, they have already done one round. Ishikawa's in the lead, and here he is this time in the chase position. Now coming up to the 3-2-1. Let's see how he's going to do on his lead position here in the outer zone 1. Oh, Ishikawa's kind of diving in right there on him, not able to get to that outer zone 2. right there. Huge correction by Ishikawa right there at the end. So Ishikawa had 2 major corrections diving in that outer zone 2 and then right there at the end. Not sure if it was because of if Tanaka had a huge decel or not in that outer zone 3. We'll have to see here on the replay.
Here we go. Looks like Tanaka does an okay job at outside zone 1 and 2. A little late on the gas, leaving outside zone 2. A little shallow by Tanaka, but right here, ooh, it's a pretty big correction by Ishikawa as well at the end.
So the judges have a tough call. Between this battle, we'll have to see that lead to lead, chase to chase on who performed it better between the two. Is it going to be Junya Ishikawa or is it going to be Tomoki Tanaka? Ishikawa to take a 5-minute timeout or a 5-minute, his 5 minutes to get a fluid fix because a pipe came off, I believe it was. So we'll have to see if that paid off and he was able to make it happen. But looks like he struggled in that chase position through outer zone 2 and then outer zone 3. See right there, they're talking, making sure they're making the right call between these two. And we'll possibly, I believe, we do have one more battle on the left side of the bracket, but here you go. What do you have to say, Robbie?
All right, so a couple of things. Ishikawa trying to run away, not much angle when he's leading. Tanaka does dip 2 tires over there at the outside zone 2, but at the same time, when Tanaka's leading, Tanaka's giving good enough angle, Ishikawa diving in at outside zone 1 area to outside zone 2. That wasn't good, and obviously the last big mess up that Ishikawa had at the end, it might be looked at heavily.
There you go. Imamura is going to go with Tanaka. Tanaguchi going with Tanaka, and Nishida is going to go with Tomoki. Tanaka is going to get the win and move on to the top 16 on the right side of the bracket.
Wow, the number 2 qualifier just got knocked out by Tanaka. Good job by Tanaka. And I don't know what happened to Ishikawa. It didn't look like his qualifier run when he was leading. Maybe there was something wrong with the car, and they did have to utilize the competition timeout. Hopefully he's back next round a lot stronger. And good luck to Ishikawa.
It looks like we're pressing on the right side of the bracket. Moving on to the next battle, it's going to be Yuji Saito going against Ryoi Okabe. Okabe in the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles JZX 100 going against the Car Shop Glitter with Car Life Orange and Next Dream S15 powered by a VR38. Saito is a very wild driver. Definitely exciting to see, so we're going to see how he's going to do here in the lead position going against Okabe. Looks like they're getting the green light to start.
Yeah, so the VR-powered S15 driven by Saito and the F15 rookie.
Missing outer zone 1 there, but Okabe able to get a little bit further in outer zone. It looks like Okabe's getting a little bit lost there by Saito, and Saito's just pressing on. Oh, and Okabe, huge mistake right there coming through that finish. But man, Okabe there, definitely you can see from the start, struggled to keep that proximity to Saito. Saito missing that outer zone 1 and outer zone 2.
And you know what? This happens all the time in top 32. The lead car, I mean, I get and I understand that they want to not let the chase car give them proximity. You know, they want to leave them, but they usually leave outside zone 1 hanging because they grip up their car because they want to go faster. Now, we're not looking at any faster runs. We want more accuracy where you can run the outside zone line and also run a lot of angle, dynamic runs, you know, with a lot of, you know, excitement and commitment. But it looked like Saito was just rushing But at the same time, Okabe's chase run was just really sloppy. He was all over the place, and he almost pretty much straightened and corrected at the finish line too, so that is not good as well. Now let's go ahead and check out what they can do when they swap places.
We'll see here. That's a big thing right there. Okabe was playing catch-up the whole time, but Saito did take a shallow line and, you know, kind of focus on the wrong dynamics of this. He's trying to get that fast, quick speed through the track, but that's not what we're looking for. But here we are right here. Okabe is going to be in the lead this time, and then Saito is going to be in the chase.
So here you go, Okabe being a rookie. I think this is like the second year Saito is joining full season for FD Japan.
Second season for Martin. Here he is right here. Saito trying to dial a little bit down. Right here. It's Okabe. Okabe trying to get back to the outer zone. Not too bad in the outer zone. He could have been a little deeper, but Saito able to stay there with him. And finishing off strong right there again.
All right, so it looks like Okabe does a fairly good lead run right here. Fills outside zone 1 very well. Outside zone 2 looks great. And I don't like the way he did, I'm not a fan of the way he did the transition from outside zone 2 to the touch and go. But fills outside zone 3 too. So that is a pretty good lead run, and that does give Saito a fair chase. But
is it enough for his chase run? I mean, at the
yeah,
end of the
because
day,
I know Saito's lead wasn't good, and
Yeah.
if it's win to win, I'm sorry, lead to lead, chase to chase, I believe that Okabe got Saito on the lead, but the chase that Okabe did.
there you go. Imamura is going to go with Saito. Taniguchi going with Saito. And then Nishida is going to go with Saito. So Yuji Saito gets the win, and we'll be moving on to the top 16.
Yeah, so like I said, Okabe's chase was just not enough. So, you know, Saito had to move on, even though Okabe's lead was a little bit better. But it wouldn't equal out because it wasn't that much better.
Yeah. So here we are. We're going back to our other one more time battle that's on the left side of the bracket. This is going to close us out on the left side for the top 16. It's going to be against number 61, Mao Yamanaka, going against number 770, Yoshitatsu Kaneda. Both prior FDJ2 for the first year ever doing FDJ2, which was last year. This is our number 1 and 2 competitor. They're now in the Pro Series. Let's see how they're going to do. They were pretty sloppy on their first runs. Let's see how they're going to do in this one more time run. Here he is right here. Yamanaka coming into this outer zone 1. Kaneda doing a nice job mimicking him through that outer zone 1. Let's see how he's going to do. Oh, it looks like Kaneda kind of lost his footing there through that outer zone 2. A nice strong finish by both drivers there, but yeah, that outer zone 2 was kind of sloppy.
Maybe they did have a little bit of time to, you know, take a breather because both their cars, or both the drivers, look like they're doing a better job than their first run. Right here, Yamanaka, I'm not going to say high angle, but does fill outside zone 1. Does a good job in outside zone 2 right there, but leaves it a little early. Kaneda trying to mimic his line. Looks like he's a little bit smaller on the line, leaving outside zone 2 as well, but both the drivers does a good job. Let's go ahead and check this out from the top. The positioning, Kaneda looks like he dips the tire off right before outside zone 1. Looks like they slowed down a lot, decelled a lot at outside zone 2, entering outside zone 2. And yeah, if you can see from the drone footage, you can tell the dip in the pace difference in these two cars and where they kind of come to a decel. Very interesting. Love that we have a lot of new technology, and like to see what
views, yeah.
Like to see what's going to happen when they swap places.
Yeah, I know it's rough seeing these blocks. I know the spectators were saying, they're not spectators, oh, the online viewers were saying it's rough seeing the lines, but you know, the pylon is where they kind of got to key themselves also. and adjust himself. But definitely Yamanaka did a clean job entering into that outer zone 1. It was an aggressive flick, but he filled the zone, and he was struggling all through practice and qualifying to fully commit and fill that zone. But here they are lining up. It's going to be Kaneda in the lead this time, while Yamanaka is going to be in the chase position. Kaneda is in the Team Cusco Racing new GR86 going against the Good Ride Motorsports S15 piloted by Yamanaka. So here they are lined up. Looks like they're getting the green light. Kaneda is going to be coming through the chicane in the lead. They are coming up to 3-2-1. Nice job by Kaneda filling that zone right there. Yamanaka trying to mimic him and keep that close proximity. Strong finish by both, and now it's almost Yamanaka had an issue there, but it looked like a copy-paste session there when they both left outer zone 2, both in their lead positions.
Oh, I'm sorry, I was watching. Looks like Kaneda dips the tire outside zone 1, and both of the cars look very similar at outside zone 2, just like you said. And looks like Kaneda does a good job at the last outside zone. Yamanaka does dive in. Now we're gonna have to watch everything and see.
Yeah, that's
which
a tough
car
one right there.
Moves
they both
on.
kind of made the same mistakes in the same areas. So it's definitely going to be tough making this call between the two, cross passing the line, or the lead to lead, chase to chase. So we'll see right here. This is a one more time battle between the two. This is our last battle of the left side of the bracket. And you can see right here, this is Kaneda in the lead, coming around, but then leaving outer zone 2 a little early. And then right here at the finish, looks like Yamanaka had a bobble going through. I guess it looked not too bad there, but it looks like he kind of left outer zone 3 a little early there. So we'll see what the judges have to say. But right now, this is going to dictate who's going to go against Sobagiri in the top 16 for the left side of the bracket. We still have 6 more battles on the right side that we'll be facing, and you'll be viewing. So check those out. Wait for those to happen. If you missed already, if you're just joining us, we've already gone through the left side pretty much of our bracket and the first 2 battles on the right side of the bracket. This right here is a one more time battle between Yamanaka and Kaneda. They're both prior FDJ2 drivers for the first series that we had last year, which is like the Pro Spec series, and here they are both competing against each other in the Pro series. And here you go, Robbie's analyzing the lead to lead, chase to chase right here between the two, and very similar between these two. Definitely explains why they landed the first and second finish in FDJ2. So we'll see what you got to say there, Robbie.
Dude, like, I thought I had the decision made, but this side-by-side just screwed it all up because...
Here it is again.
Here we go. A little bit of a gap created. Kaneda getting closer when he's chasing, but he gets left at outside zone 2. Now, Yamanaka looks like he gets a little closer after outside zone 2. But Kaneda does have a slight pause at the outside zone 2.
Umemura is going to go with it one more time. Tanaguchi is going to go with it one more time. So we're going to see another one more time battle between these two. I already said it at the start. It's going to be a long top 32 competition today, which I'm okay with because the weather is beautiful on this beautiful Father's Day here in Japan. So Robbie's over here, hand on the head. You can see him in the camera, his hand in his face, just frustrated. But you can't be frustrated. I mean, granted, you didn't see clean runs both, but
no, exactly. I mean, it's only natural. You know, we do have a one more time a decision. That's why we choose it. You know,
yeah.
I'm pretty sure that if we got down to like a microscopic you know,
Analyzing
measurement
it
and
up, yeah.
analyze it and stuff like that, maybe there is a winner or maybe there isn't. But since we do have the option to do it one more time, we're going to go with one more time because it was way too close to call. And hope you guys understand that as well. And you know what? That's why they're first and second in FDJ2, right?
Exactly. So it looks like we're moving on the right side of the bracket. Our third battle on the right side of the bracket is going to be against Naoto Suenaga in the 370Z going against Manabu Fujinaka in his FD right here. Suenaga, real familiar with this track. Here he is flipping around. Nice job through that outer zone 1. Fujinaka making a huge correction coming through that outer zone 2, leaving outer zone 1. Trying to focus on that proximity with Suenaga. Oh, and straightening a little bit through that finish right there by Fujinaka. Not ideal for Fujinaka, but he's just been kind of struggling throughout practice and qualifying to get a clean run all the way through.
Yeah, so Fujinaka's chase wasn't as clean. Suenaga right there, fixing his angle, correction of the angle. Suenaga not the most outside line, but right here, looks like Suenaga scrubs a lot of speed, gets on her brakes a little bit. Maybe has a little bit of left foot braking, I'm not sure. But at the same time, Fujinaka does, it disrupts Fujinaka's car, almost straightens at the last outside zone 1.
You see him driving off. So it looks like Fujinaka's going to have to step it up here on his lead run this time, while Suenaga is going to be in the chase. Let's see the replay of the drone footage. Here you go.
Right here, Fujinaka, very shallow angle at outside zone 1. Tries to regain his angle and line and proximity right there. Gives chase. Then right there, it looks like Suenaga doesn't get back on throttle as early as he should be. But let's say if that mistake was caused, the last mistake that Fujinaka made was caused by the lead car, Fujinaka still made a mistake at the outside zone 1 area too. So we're gonna have to take all that in consideration and watch this next battle when they swap places.
It looks like they're getting the green light. Fujinaka is going to be in the lead right here, coming through the chicane, while Suenaga is going to give chase. Running up here, look at that, Fujinaka coming in real hot into the outer zone 1. Is he able to hold on to it through outer zone 2? Not as much angle as he should carry through. And there you go, Suenaga just staying right there, close as he can. Fujinaka not able to get all the way out to outer zone 3.
So it looks like Suenaga was sitting back a little bit to see what Fujinaka has to do. A little bit of a gap, but Fujinaka does miss outside zone 1, kind of straight lines to try to fix his line, goes to the outside zone 2, a tire dip there. Meanwhile, Suenaga staying within proximity and doing his job as a chase car, mimicking Fujinaka very well. There you go, as you can see, you can hear Fujinaka drive by.
Yeah, I mean, you said it was kind of safe for him to say for Suenaga how his approach was in outer zone 1, but it was almost, here you go, here, Imamura's going with Suenaga, Taniguchi with Suenaga, and Nishida with Suenaga. I wasn't expecting it that quick because it's been kind of delayed lately, but there you go. Naoto Suenaga gets the win with the Altus tire drift. Team Fukushima.
Yeah, I mean, from qualified to Fujinaka, it doesn't look like he was able to match his car up and maybe the way it was set up in his driving here at the track. But better luck next time for him. Suenaga's moving on. Who is Suenaga going to be going against? Is it going to be Mad Mike Widet or Ikuo Saito?
So just like Robbie just said, in the lead position is going to be number 123, Mad Mike Widet, going with the Red Bull with Team Magic Toyo Tire Drift, going against Ikuo Saito and Koji's Goodbye West Auto. Mad Mike coming real aggressive. Saito, just able to hold on, but looks like Saito just kind of shut down.
Wait. Oh, it was actually
a pylon touch?
No. Actually, the lead car jumped the light.
Oh, really? Well, that was just a little taste of what
it could
Mad
be
Mike
like,
has.
but I'm not sure what is happening with Saito's car.
Unless he was just kind of confused on that, and he shut down.
All right, so that's a wash because...
but right there on the replay, you can see on the left-hand side, they have that flashing strobe light to indicate to the drivers, like, hey, there was a fault that happened, so...
Yeah, so Man Bike Widette left the light. He jumped the light, so the light was flashed. But it looks like Saito's car is not coming back because...
We're still waiting for Saito to come back around. He has yet to pass the judges stand behind us. And they're trying to find out if he possibly might be retiring.
Uh-oh. Yeah, it sounds like Saito is not going to be able to make it because something happened to his car.
There is a lot of unfortunate circumstances with these drivers. Our first one of the day was with Hiroya Minoa, the 12-year-old. He had to drop out due to car issues. He had an engine swap, been doing all day, pretty decent in his qualify runs, and then here he is. He had to drop out because of engine issues. There you go. You can see Kanta trying to stay warmed up.
Yeah,
and then Ken Gushi coming all the way from the U.S. He unfortunately had to drop out also, dealing with technical issues all day long throughout practice and everything.
See, so they're actually doing a mental, I think this is to stay concentrated and stuff like that. This is pretty unusual to see in Japan because I don't think a lot of the Japanese drivers do that. And they're probably starting to bring that, you know, they're trying to get their mental up to par as well because, you know, this is a mental game as well as, you know, making sure that the car is there and physical. It's about techniques and it's about experience. There's a lot of things that are involved, and if you want to be on top and ahead of everybody, you want to bring in whatever that's going to, you know, give you the better odds of, you know, advantage to moving on. So you just saw Man Mike Widette. Welcome back to Formula Drift Japan, and I have to say he still has a broken arm and something's wrong with his shoulder. It's broken because of an unfortunate off-road bike incident that he had. He had a race. He was explaining to us earlier, 2 days ago, I believe. He was telling us about what happened and stuff. He said he was getting run over by other bikes and stuff, so that's pretty crazy.
It's intense. But like you said about mental game, that's what he explained to us. It's all mental. You know, getting in your own head to tell yourself you could do it or accomplish it, and that's what happens. And that's what he does every day, and that's the performance that he shows us because he stays solid and well-minded. How about you, Robbie?
Oh, I know one thing. We're going to take a short break right now. We'll be right back after these messages.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオ
The brightness called brilliance.
brilliant, blinding and vivid. Valentine. Ultimate lubricant. Mortis.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロードオフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りでも高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
Presents Formula Drift Japan 2022 series here at round 2 for at Ebisu Circuit West Course in Fukushima Prefecture. What's up? You stopped me on my mojo. So we already finished. We haven't finished the left side of the bracket. We still have one more time. All you Mad Mike fans out there, he's about to hold off because I think Saito's in his 5-minute time.
Yeah, so what just happened, Saito was saved by the bell because Mad Mike would have left the light a little too early, so he jumped the light, so that was going to be a restart, but he actually ran the track. And when he did that, Saito left as well, chasing Mad Mike, but it was going to be a one more time. Or I'm sorry, it was going to be a redo. But what happened with Saito's car, something happened with his accelerator cable or gas cable or something. So he had to call a competition timeout. So if that light jump that didn't happen, that would have been an incomplete for Saito. So he actually got saved by the mishaps right now. So I'm telling you, man, it's like weird situation, different situations happening all the time. We have a rule book, we have everything that we go along, but every round there's always something new and something that you could never even think of. Like,
True.
I'm not even gonna say
That's
it
why you
'cause it's gonna
can't
probably
anticipate
happen.
runs, because like you said, there's a quick turn.
Oh
Especially
yeah, all the time.
a random mistake happens and then it turns for the worse for the other driver. So unfortunately, we're gonna have to wait till Saito gets his car figured out. First, we thought he was gonna retire. They were calling it a retire, like he was gonna drop out. But it looks like when he drove past here, or he didn't drive past, when he got towed past here, his car was still running. Everything was okay. But like you said, the drive line or whatever got disconnected or snapped or whatever the case may be. There you go. You can see them working on it.
And they have a couple minutes left because I know the competition timeout started a few minutes ago. So.
But yeah, with the couple minutes we have, I just want to thank the crew out here, the Ebisu Circuit crew. For
They're running around picking up the debris and picking
getting
up
the lines painted so we don't have to do it between the breaks. So we appreciate y'all doing that.
picking
And
up
then
cones.
the biggest thing is last year, February 13th, I believe it was, 2021, the huge landslide that occurred there. I think there was like over 10 feet of mud and dirt stacked over the track, and they cleared it within a 2-month range to get us out here last year for Ebisu Round 2 last year. And once again, they're doing phenomenal work, making a massive, like, it looks like an embankment they're trying to create over there. Or
Yeah,
whatever.
I think so. Kamakubo, the owner of Ebisu Circuit, was talking about trying to create a bank up there.
You can see it right there in the background.
Yeah, in the background. And here you go. Patiently waiting is Mad Mike Wadette with a broken arm and somewhat a broken bone in his shoulder area as well. And, talking about the strong will of, not being in the pain and wanting to come out here. I guess the doctors told him that, you're not going to be, doing
not
that
making
for,
round two,
you're
they
not
said,
making
yeah.
this. You're not going to be out for like another 6 months. And boom, I guess he had to take his cast off and do everything for himself to make it out here. So good job to the fighter here, just awaiting. And here he goes, Saito coming back from the pits.
Yeah, he wasn't going to let that stop him. He's already been waiting for 2.5 years with all the lockdowns that we all faced. Country kind of slightly opened up for a few of these drivers, so we're glad to see them out here, glad to see that extra competition to join us. But we're going to see how they're going to face this here when Mad Mike goes against Saito here in the their first run.
All right, so I think Saito is going to the warm-up box, and so is Mad Mike. They're going to go ahead and get their tires warmed up. It's been a couple of minutes. By both these drivers. Oh, there you go. Yeah.
He's ready to go.
So Mad Mike just came off of the start and just did a quick donut. Not even a donut, like a turnaround.
And I'm 100% okay with that.
I'm fine with that too. I mean,
saves time and it looks cool, and the spectators are right there at the start gate watching him. So nice showmanship right there. Let's see how he does here in his lead position. You can see Saito warming his JZX 100 Chasers tires up. We were talking earlier. Saito right there in the Motis Good Ride West Auto JZX 100. Looks like he's ready to go, and he's going against the globally known Mad Mike Wadette with the Red Bull with Team Magic Toyo Tire Drift RX-7 4-rotor beast.
all right, so we see Saito finally lined up, and this is the moment that a lot of you have been waiting for. It's been like 3 years since Mad Mike Wadette has competed here in FD Japan, and he is back, and he is going against FD Japan veteran Saito driving his JZX 100. And let's see a clean start by both these drivers. Let's see what's going to happen.
Here they are coming through the chicane here, coming up to the 3-2-1. Mad Mike ripping real hard into that 3-2-1. Nice job in that entry to outer zone 1, taking out both pylons there. Ripping into the outer zone 2, diving a little bit. Not the line he wanted through outer zone 2. But not letting him stop him right here through outer zone 3 and finishing strong. And Saito just trying to close that proximity, but unable to keep that close proximity throughout that track.
Ooh, that was not a good line made by the lead car, Mad Mike Woodette. He totally missed outside zone 2. He rotated his car at the initiation zone, did drive past outside zone 1. Let's go ahead and check out the replay here as soon as it's ready. Here we go. And right there, good angle. Nice around outside zone 1. Dips tires out, but slows down a little bit too much and misses outside zone 2. Dips the tire there at touch and go. And kind of leaves outside the last outside zone a little early. Now, Saito is nowhere near. Here we go. When you're looking at it from, oh, yeah, Saito, well, pretty much he's trying to chase the lead car and dips tires as well, but there's a huge gap created by these two drivers. Now it really depends on how Saito leads.
Yeah, Saito's going to be in the lead position this time while Mad Mike go in and does his chase. Saito has to focus and dial in and try to get through that outer zone 2. But at the same time, I'm anticipating that Mad Mike's going to keep some close proximity to Saito and keep the pressure on him. Looks like they're just fixing some panels that got dinged from the outers or the pylons from the zones. It looks like he's giving a thumbs up and looks like they're going to be ready to go. Saito's going to be in the lead. Mad Mike's in the chase.
All right, so let's see what's going to happen here. Let's see how Saito is going to lead, and Mad Mike Woodette gives Saito chase.
Here they are coming up to the 3-2-1. Saito coming a little aggressive into this 3-2-1. But look at Mad Mike right on his fender, dipping tire circle right there, trying to keep that close proximity, leaving that zone into outer zone 2. Nice job trying to keep close proximity throughout this course. A lot better than what Saito was doing in his chase position.
All right, so what I want to bring up right here is I was looking to see if Saito is going to do a great lead run. Shallow, Mad Mike goes off tires. Saito goes off tires, and he kind of runs in and leaves outside zone 2 a little bit too early. And right there, haunting Saito from behind is Mad Mike Woodette. Does not give him any space and gives him a great chase. Now, talking about lead to lead, chase to chase, I was looking to see what Saito was going to do in his lead because his chase was absolutely nowhere near the lead car. But looking at this, it doesn't look like Saito's lead run is that much better than Mad Mike Woodette's lead. So we're going to go ahead and check out some replays real quick and see who has that slight edge over the other.
There you go, already coming through. Imamura, Taniguchi, and Nishida going with Mad Mike Woodette, coming all the way from New Zealand, locking in a top 16 spot.
All right, so now people are going to say, oh, okay, so as long as you're closer, it's better. It's not that. We are looking at the lead to lead, chase to chase. Now, the lead run by Mad Mike Woodette wasn't good, but Saito's wasn't wasn't good either. And now we're going to have to go back to who did the better chase. And it was really obvious to see that the proximity was nowhere near close to what Mad Mike Woodette was doing when he was chasing Saito. So all the judges went with Mad Mike Woodette.
All right, so here we are going back to the third battle between these two. The last one's on the left side of the bracket. It's going to be Yamanaka going against Kaneda right here. Both prior FDJ2 drivers stepping up to the Pro Series. Let's see who's going to make it to the top 16. Who's going to lock into that slot right there? Looks like Kaneda dove in, missed outer zone 1. And getting lost in that smoke trail given by Yamanaka, leaving there through the touch and go into outer zone 3. And that was not an ideal chase that Kaneda wanted to have.
Yeah, it looks like Kaneda gave up at outside zone 2. That's going to be an incomplete by the chase driver. And it doesn't look like he fills the outside zone 2 chasing, or outside zone 1 chasing Yamanaka. Kaneda right there just drove out of outside zone 2. Tries to get back in it, but this is not looking good for Kaneda. But like we always say, you never know what's going to happen. Look at the line difference right there. Kaneda takes a much shallow line approaching outside zone 1 compared to Yamanaka. And I would have to say Yamanaka is actually doing a pretty good job in his lead trying to fill the zones. He misses outside zone 3. Oh no, I'm sorry. That's the outside. I'm sorry. Yeah. So yeah, no, he fills that zone pretty good too. So
definitely a huge step up by Yamanaka on his lead. But man, right there, Kaneda with that huge correction. Not sure if he got lost or what he had to do, or if he couldn't carry that transition over.
Yeah.
But like you said, anything is possible, especially what we've seen between these two in the last 2 battles that we watched. We'll see how Kaneda's going to do in his lead, and if Yamanaka can keep up with him and stay on his door side. So it looks like they're getting that green light to start. Kaneda is in the lead. Yamanaka is in the chase. Not bad by Kaneda right there. Let's see how he's going to finish. Oh, definitely held off a lot coming into the outer zone 2. Yamanaka closing that proximity, coming through the outer zone 3 through that touch and go. And not a bad finish by Yamanaka there. But leaving that outer zone 1 and transitioning into that outer zone 2 is a huge bobble or delay that was made by Kaneda.
Yeah, so I think he's been doing that, and that's what hurt him earlier too, because he does wait and decells a lot at the beginning of outside zone 2, and actually right here too, after he does the transition, he waits. Well, right now he didn't do it. Earlier he did. He waited to settle before he lands outside zone 3. But both of the runs, looking at it and comparing it, but I think that the outside zone 2 area was an incomplete by Kaneda when he was giving chase. So
Imamura and Taniguchi going with Yamanaka. All 3 judges. Mao Yamanaka is going to get the win and move on to the top 16 to finish off the left side of our bracket. He's going to go against Sobagiri in the top 16.
Yeah, so that's another young driver versus young driver right there. Eager to see what's going to happen there. But let me go ahead and read off who the battles are. Oh, and actually, you know what? We're going right into this.
We're jumping straight into our next battle. We have 4 more battles left on the right side of the bracket. Next one up is going to be Masanori Kohashi in the lead position going against Shuichi Mano. Shuichi Mano in the Vitor Racing with Chatty Boy style. 1 Via going against the Linglong Tire Drift Team Orange S15. Kohashi here, looks like he got a...
Oh, Kohashi jumped the light.
Jumped the light, but Kohashi did lock in round 1. He took podium there at Suzuka Twin Circuit, which was about 8 weeks ago. So these guys had 8 weeks break to figure out their cars, get them ready for Ebisu. But the thing, if you didn't watch the qualifying, this track layout is different from all the previous years, and a lot of these drivers didn't know about it until the week of, because the Ebisu circuit, like we said, thank you to them, they actually expanded outer zone 2 by 8 to 10 feet, laid new asphalt down for us to make this track layout.
Yeah, so it's a lot wider and deeper at outside zone 2 than before, so it's a wider, not a straight line going to the last turn, but here we go.
Here we go, Kohashi right here coming up, nice aggressive approach. Mano needs to close that proximity coming up to this outer zone 2. Definitely getting a little lost by Mano there. Kohashi just doing his thing. Nice flick there, ripping around into outer zone 3. Little shallow, oh, Mano washing out a little bit, real deep into that outer zone 3. But it looks like Mano struggled throughout that track to keep his close proximity.
So it looks like a good job by Kohashi doing a fair lead run for Mano, but like you said, Mano struggling to hang on to stay behind. Runs a smaller line at outside zone 2. Tried to catch up to Kohashi, but the last outside zone, it looks like he's 2 tires off. But there is a gap created by these 2 drivers. I would like to see what's going to happen when Kohashi now has to give chase to Mano.
Yeah, Kohashi's a very aggressive driver, so I don't think he's going to give any room for Mano to breathe. So we'll see how they're going to perform. Mano's going to be in the lead this time. Kohashi is going to be in the chase. There you go, Mano pulling up now. After this battle, we have 3 more left for our top 32.
So y'all are you guys fan of the big popping of the turbo cars or the loud V8s or the crazy amazing rotaries?
Surprising enough, we have 0 V8s in this competition.
Yes, and when I went to the States, I was able to hear both, and it was very nice. Here we go. Now, Kohashi's going to give chase after the first battle they just had.
Here it is right here. Mano coming in real subtle into this 3-2-1. Ripping in, getting into the outer zone, but right there, Kohashi keeping that proximity. Almost was a little taking there. Just saving himself, coming around. Keeping that close proximity after that correction he made. And there he is coming into outer zone 3. And overall, didn't really mimic him there in the outer zone 3, but definitely kept that close proximity. Let's see that replay here, leaving outer zone 1. Kohashi almost made.
Yo, that was close. Like Kohashi. I mean, oh, I thought he wasn't gonna be able to hang on right there. Then right there, he didn't straighten completely. It was very shallow at the transition.
Like I said, Kohashi was gonna come aggressive. He's been doing that the whole time.
Yeah, but you know what? I have to say, Mano, he's running a good line. He's in front, and the pace is it's not up to pace as how Kohashi was when he was leading. But Mano's trying to do whatever he can. It's just that the difference is the chase car, how close the chase cars are too. And I would have to say Kohashi's lead run was not bad either. So.
I mean, Kohashi definitely did keep it exciting throughout that run. Here you go. Imamura is going to go with Kohashi. Tanaguchi is going to go with Kohashi. And it looks like Robbie Nishida is going to go with Kohashi. So Masanori Kohashi gets the win and will be moving on to the top 16.
All right, so 3 more battles. It was kind of a long top 32, just like you said. But we have 3 more battles. Oh, yeah, I forgot about that. Somebody brought up the V12 sound of the Aston Martin. Ooh, that thing does sound great. And Federico's Ferrari sounds pretty cool too. So a lot of engines, a lot of different types of engines. And I'm pretty sure there's Ford V8s, there's LSs, supercharged, NA, 2Js,
I like
RBs.
I like the blend. But
yeah,
speaking
really
of blend, FDJ2's next weekend, and there's a nice blend of cars there.
Oh yeah, street style cars too. So
exactly.
make sure you don't miss that. But let's go ahead and check out the
Let's not miss
battle.
this right here. Kubo up in the lead right here going against Fujimoto. Fujimoto good. Looks like it's bouncing a little. Hopefully it stays shut. And whoa, he washed out hard in the outer zone 1. I think 4 tires off there. Trying to keep that proximity to Kubo, but Kubo just doing his thing and ripping, but not able to get into that outer zone 3. It took a real shallow line there.
Yeah, Fujimoto, I think that was more than 3 tires off. Right here at the outside zone 1, yeah, that was 4 tires off. He used the outside zone clip as an in clip, so that's not good. So it doesn't matter what happens with the chase car, even if the chase car incompletes, the lead car has to finish the track, and Kubo did finish the track. Now we're gonna have to see what Fujimoto does in the lead, but he is at a big disadvantage because he did incomplete when he was behind. But like we always say, you never know what happens. Anything could happen. I mean,
so here they are pulling back up. Kazuhiro Kubo in the vacancies with Weld. Cockpit 180X Kobe 180SX is going to be in the chase position this time, while Konosuke Fujimoto in the D-Racing S15 is going to be in the lead. So we will see here. Like Robbie was saying, Fujimoto has a huge disadvantage because he dipped about 4 tires out in outer zone 1. But it does not stop Kubo from keeping a hard attack. He has to have an active chase. Can't be inactive because that could give him fault for being incomplete as well. So here they are. Looks like we got a pylon touch by Fujimoto. And like Robbie said, we still have yet to see that t-shirt get made with the pylon touch.
In the stores near you, pylon touch t-shirts. But you know what? I'd have to say this is actually the first pylon touch we had.
Yes.
The other two were jumping the light.
Well, we haven't made it to top 16 yet, so.
What are you trying to say?
That's when the pressure happens, and you know.
Nah, they won't.
I know, they shouldn't.
Yeah,
so
they
we'll
shouldn't.
see. So there you go, both lined up. Fujimoto is in the lead this time. Kubo is going to be in the chase.
Yeah, I believe Kubo's car is a 2J and Fujimoto's car is still rocking the SR.
Ripping through, coming up to this 3-2-1. Fujimoto trying to keep it aggressive right here into outer zone 1. Not quite into outer zone 1. Kubo was able to fill outer zone 1, but he needs to close that proximity right here. Kubo seems like he's playing it just a little safe there, and Novin wasn't able to make it to outer zone 3. Not the cleanest run by both drivers for their chase run.
Yeah, but I think it was harder because what happened was Fujimoto kind of choked up at outside zone 2. And I think Kubo was kind of waiting for him to make a decision of what's going to happen right there.
Yeah, right on the back end.
Yeah, so he pretty much almost straightened there. And then after that, you know, Fujimoto just pieced out after he made the mistake there. So, but also sitting on the incomplete of the 4 tires off Fujimoto, that is not going to be looking good for him.
So let's see here, yeah. So if you missed yesterday's qualifying, we had 49 drivers come out to compete for the top 32 slots. We cut 16. There's Imamura going with Kubo, Taniguchi going with Kubo, and Nishida going with Kazuhito. Kubo is going to get the win and move on to the top 16.
Yeah, great job by Fujimoto. Not enough to move on. Hopefully he comes back stronger for the next round, and good job by Kubo. He will be battling Kohashi at top 16, which is going to be in this afternoon.
Next up, already lined up, ready to go, is going to be 888 Kenji Yamada, another SR vehicle we were talking about, going against number 30, Takumi Sato. Yamada's with the Larada Club Racing VL going against the Team Kazama with Power Vehicles, a really deep team that's out here. So we'll see how he's gonna compete against them. So we're down after that. We have one more battle between the last 2 drivers. So we'll see here. Yamada is going to be in the lead position this time.
Hey, trying to show off my chair.
Oh, the
This is the only time I could look cool with the bridge seat because I don't have one at home. I got some for my race cars though, so.
Or a bridge seat that fits me. Mine's a little tight.
XXL.
There you go.
Yeah, so 2 more battles, and I think Yamada is obviously still rocking the SR, but he got a 90 in his qualifier, so he really knows what's going on here at the track.
And like you said, he said he pushed the car to its limits, and that's pretty much what the car can do right there. And we were like, okay, we definitely saw that. So we'll see how he's going to do here in his lead.
Ooh, I don't like this cool breeze that we're getting right now. There's some clouds rolling in.
No, we lost it. We got to patch them open. So we should be
good.
Don't listen to Robbie. We're going to go and push on and press on to this battle right here. Yamada in the lead, Sato in the chase. Sato needs to close that proximity here in the outer zone 1 because right now, not looking good for Sato. Sato looks like he's getting a little left, leaving that outer zone 2, and Yamada just doing his thing. And what a non-tandem battle we just faced.
Yeah, it looks like two individual battles, but I want to actually look at the initiation by Yamada. It looks like it's right there or late. Let's go ahead and see this. Oh, I guess he's kind of sideways already, so.
Yeah, that's not looking good for Sato there. That was very inactive on his chase position going against Yamada. Yamada just doing his thing, getting into those zones like he needs to be, and putting down a solid lead run, but not sure what happened with Sato if from the jump at the line, if he gave him too much room to breathe or what the case would have been. But this time they're going to swap their spots, and Yamada's going to be in the chase position while Sato's in the lead.
So there was a gap created by Yamada, but at the same time, Yamada is his initiation was, I mean, that was really, really close or tad bit late, so we have to keep that in mind as well with the gap that was created. But it was still a huge gap. That was like a 8-car gap that was created by the drivers. So now it's all up to how Yamada is going to give chase and how Sato is going to lead.
Here's Sato coming up. Yamada keeping kind of that close proximity coming in this outer zone 1 here. Ripping in right there. Yamada keeping that close proximity. Beautiful job. Sato just able to get to that outer zone of 2. Coming in, ripping. And Yamada really having to adjust himself through that outer zone 3.
Yeah, so there was good amount of proximity there by Yamada. And Sato trying to do his lead run where clears outside zone 1 fairly well. Looks like almost a tire dip at outside zone 2, but very late on the throttle. But at the same time, very small line by Yamada.
The big thing is Yamada definitely kept it interesting. He closed his proximity a lot more. So we'll see what the judges have to say for these two. You can see right that's the spectator stands to the left of us here in the judges stand. Beautiful, sunny day out, can't complain. Here you go, Imamura with Yamada. Tanaguchi going with Yamada, so Kenji Yamada is going to get the win and move on to the top 16, but who is he going to battle? This is going to be the last battle of the top 32.
Man, that was a long top 32. But yes, Yamada moves on, and good job by Sato. He just needs that flair to keep up a little more, and also he was a little late coming out of outside zone 2 too, so he was a little hesitant. Hopefully he could run a smoother line, but good luck for the next round. Yamada is going to be moving on, and the winner of this next battle is going to be going against Yamada.
So it looks like the last battle is lined up, ready to go. It's going to be number 530, Wataru Masuyama, going against number 54, Shang Nian.
So,
both coming from out of country.
Exactly. Masuyama, he's Japanese, but he currently lives in the States and Japan and competes in the Formula Drift USA Series in his green S15 versus, it's been 3 years, Nian's back, the FD Japan Series.
Here he is coming in with some aggression right here. Nian coming in hot into outer zone 1 right there. And Masuyama trying to hold on and carry it through to the outer zone 2. Not bad at all. Here they are summing us up for the top 32. Who's going to get this last slot?
Wow.
Nian being real aggressive right there into outer zone 3.
That was a good job by both drivers. I mean, Nian wasn't super close, but he was within really good proximity. And now Masuyama not cheating the line. He keeps that GR Yaris staying on the outside line, outside zone 1. Could have been a little more out on the outside zone 2, but good enough. And Nian not giving him any space to run away, stays where he's at. And also I love the way Nian is running the similar line and similar angle right here and not cheating any of it to get closer.
So yeah, big thing with Masuyama, he actually had to swap cars, brought the Yaris out during a practice session he had on Thursday. Pretty much, I wouldn't say it's 100% totaled the car, but all the suspension's trashed. 3 out of the 4 sides of the car are trashed.
Yeah, we had a question about the decel zones, but it's not stated like how it is in the U.S. But I think the drivers have an agreement where I think the decel zone is usually at initiation, but here it looks like everybody kind of flies through initiation. And the decel zone for this is probably starting at the end of the outside zone 1, going towards outside zone 2. And we want the cars to be back on throttle by the time they're passing through outside zone 2. So anywhere other than that, we are looking closely. And we'll usually try to put that on the lead car's fault. But we would have to take everything in consideration throughout the track, from the beginning to the end too. So it's not just one section that we're going to be looking at.
But here we are with their second run here. Nian is in the lead position. Masuyama coming in the chase. And here he is, real aggressive, coming into outer zone 1. Nian ripping in and out of outer zone 1 here. See if he can hold on through outer zone 2. Just barely hold on. Looks like something happened with Masuyama in the Yaris. And Nian finished really strong in the outer zone 3 there.
All right, so the key here is if the chase car gets an incomplete, the lead car still has to finish their run. Now, I want to look at outside zone 2, where Nian looks very close from getting an incomplete there too. Let's go ahead and check out the replay. Right there, Nian.
Definitely going to have to see that drone footage, because you could barely see that outside back line of outer zone 2. And right now you could see them checking out the Yaris. Masuyama really started understanding this Yaris. He only had a little, I want to say a day and a half to get practice time into this car. He's been doing a phenomenal job, but it looks like it's being very unfortunate circumstances for him. So we'll see here. Let's see if they'll go and pop the drone footage so we can really see the placement of Nian's car.
All right, so we have to make the decision of what's going on right here, because Nian's lead run, we have to determine if that was 3 tires off or not.
Here it is right here.
So that's an incomplete right there for Nian as a lead car. Now,
he has an incomplete for his chase.
Now they both incompleted at the same place, and it wasn't caused by the lead car either. So that's a the incomplete as a lead car, incomplete as a chase car.
So that equals...
So that means we have to look at the first run to determine who moves on and who doesn't.
Here's the first one right here. Masuyama in the lead position. And that's a tough one. Both cars did a nice job in all zones. Nian had a nice transition mimicking Masuyama. But we'll definitely have to see. We'll have to see what's going on with his car, if they're going to be able to get it fixed. What do y'all think? It's not looking good right now. It's looking a little 50-50 here. This is the last battle for our top 32 moving into the top 16. Not the way we wanted to end. Was exciting from the jump. We'll see how they're going to do with this finish, if they're going to be able to fix his car, or what's the case going to be for the final call on who wins and moves on, and who's going to battle Yamada in the top 16. So you can see the judges talking to one another there, trying to figure out, this is a situation they don't run into all the time. Like Robbie was saying, both one incompleted on the chase and one incompleted on the lead. So it's kind of a situation that they're kind of dealing with now. And it might look like we might be moving on possibly to a commercial break, but we're going to see here and get a little bit better explanation by Robbie.
I have no explanation.
We pretty much said it. Both cancel out one lead and one chase. So now we're down to that first run, which both of them had.
Yeah, you know, if that would have happened to Masayama.
There you go. One more time is the call.
If Masayama's car shut off another 50 feet later, the chase car needs a lead. And if Nian zeroed out or incompleted at the outside zone 2, and if Masayama's car was still there, being able to drift, then Masayama would pretty much get the advantage there because he has nothing else to chase anymore. But they both pretty much incompleted at the same time. So, you know, we routed back to the first one we did, and now both of the drivers did a good job. Talking about proximity, it wasn't super close, but Nian was running the right line and same amount of angle as Masayama, and Masayama wasn't cheating the line and running an average amount of angle throughout the outside zones. So we just had to make it where both the cars did, you know, pretty much the same. So it's a one more time. So I mean, I really hate giving out one more times, but we have no other way to make this happen. Now, unfortunate that Masayama's car is not starting. I just heard a little bit about their vehicle. So now they are in the pits. They're going to have a little bit of a time to change tires or whatever they have to do, but at the same time they would have to call a competition timeout if they can't get the car situated as soon as possible.
So we're still figuring out what's going on with Masayama's car. So this is his car, his loaner car, I guess you could say. Good Ride brought out.
Yeah, so this is ex-FD Japan car that was driven before, and now it's in Good Ride's hands. So this is Good Ride owns this car.
Yeah.
And Masayama was driving the 350Z, and he did have damage to it, so now they switched cars. And before we go back to this battle, we're going to take a short break. Be right back.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK カシオThe brightness. Call brilliant. Valenti. cheese.
伝統と革新小倉クラッチのテクノロジーを凝縮チャンピオンを取るためのクラッチ小倉レーシングクラッチ ORC
究極の静かさと安全性。オンロード、オフロード、世界中で活躍するケンダ。その信頼を支える静音性、安定性と対摩耗性。世界が認めた技術と信頼を街乗りである。高品質と納得の価格、タイヤのポテンシャルをあなたに。ケンダ。
What's up, guys? It's Frederick Ospo, and I use RSR suspension on all my drift cars. I love RSR. Iyo RSR Ichiban.
Made in Japan. Breed.
We are back here for round two of the Ebisu Circuit West Course for the G-Shock Presents Formula Drift Japan 2022 series. This is top 32. We were in our last battle. They're doing a one more time battle, but there are some unfortunate circumstances going down for Masuyama. Can you explain for us, Robbie?
So the car that Masuyama brought out, the GR Yaris, it looked like it jumped, or the timing belt, it jumped a tooth or it fell off or something. Where usually engines like that with high compression, big valves, you know, it's a fully built engine. Most likely maybe valves and pistons hit because of the timing belt situation. So they are throwing in the towel because that car is not going to be drivable within the competition timeout that they were going to call. So going back to his opponent, Nien, is going to be getting the win, and he just has to make his buy run right here. There you go.
Here he is with his buy run, coming all the way from Singapore after about 2.5, almost 3 years. Here he is, giving us a solid buy run, running into outer zone 1 right there. Nice job taking both pylons out. Here he is. Real strong all the way through, showing that his car is capable for his battle against Yamada in the top 16.
Great job by Neon, and man, unfortunate for Masayama. That's two cars that he was trying to compete in this weekend, and I mean all the way from the USA, competing in the Formula Drift USA series. He is trying to compete in both series, and this is going to knock him out at top 32. Very unfortunate situation for Masayama, but I'm pretty sure he's going to come back a lot stronger for the next round, and congratulations for Neon. It's been 3 years since he's been competing in Formula Drift Japan, and he's back, and hopefully this was a good warm-up for him to be able to do what he usually does.
He's increasing more and more, especially his aggression in driving, so definitely excited to see. You can see right there, they're messing with Masayama's GR Yaris. But yeah, it's been a long top 32 battle. We're looking at like 2.5 hours for that top 32 battle. Been a long day, a lot of one more times going on. It's been an 8-week long break for these drivers. They're back. We have our top 16 drivers ready to go now. We're going to be running into a short break in between, though. We're going to have a lunch break in between. Hopefully this weather will carry over. It's been very beautiful today. We cannot complain. We're going to get these lines painted back up, get this track set back up for these drivers.
We are scheduling to be back for the top 16 opening ceremony at 12:20 Japan time, and the tournament is going to start a little after that. So make sure you're back. I know right now it's about 11:40 Japan time, so we're looking about 40 minutes of a break in between from the top 32 to the top 16 opening ceremony. So please come back and watch the top 16. I'm pretty sure the battles are going to be a lot more exciting than the 32 because it's getting closer and closer to the top spot.
Exactly.
And yeah, thank you very much for watching from all over the world.
Go get something to eat. Go get something to drink. Come back here. Check us out.
Use the bathroom.
Use the bathroom.
You know, brush your teeth. Take a shower. Whatever. Take a nap.
Whatever you got to do. We appreciate you guys all around the world viewing in, whether it's day, night, whatever the case may be. Thank you all. If you could come out here, come check us out. We got vendor booths. You can come check us out, say what's up to us. But
yeah, and shout out to all the fathers out there who loves cars, doesn't like cars. It doesn't really matter. Happy Father's Day. Make sure everybody give your dads a call or text them or something and say, hey, you know, I love you. Thank you for having me.
All right, we'll see y'all in about 35 minutes.
About 40 minutes.
40 minutes. There you go.
Thank you for tuning in, and see you guys in a bit.
Bluetooth 搭載 G-SHOCK